everybody. It's Abby Glassenberg here at Craft Industry Alliance. I hope you are having a great day today. Today we are going to be talking with Gale Zucker. And Gale, if you don't know who she is, she's actually a really long time member of Craft Industry Alliance. And she's also a photographer. Specifically, she's a photographer who specializes in photographing knitwear and more recently has expanded into also photographing quilts and quilting projects. And she's also a really great photographer when it comes to having your headshot taken. So I'm very excited to talk with Gale because she's going to be everyone who attends H&H. It's a great opportunity, and I hope that you will take advantage of it if you're going to be at the show. Hey, Gale.
Hi there. How are you doing, Abby?
Good. How are you?
Good. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Oh, good. I have some weird feedback, but if you don't hear it, then that's great.
No, I think it's pretty good. There might be a little buzz, but nothing disruptive. So
Okay, good.
yeah, sounds good. So Gail, I was just describing a little bit about your backgrounds and all your many years photographing knitwear, and now more recently you've expanded into also photographing quilts as well.
Yeah, well, I've always had like a minor amount of clients who were quilts, but I like to say that like I have a lot of experience in the handmade industry. So, and it has been in the last few years a lot to do with yarn and wool and knitting and knitwear. So yeah, and I was at Quilt Market this past year, so really dove a lot deeper
Yeah,
into the quilt world and met a lot of people who
yeah,
work
I
with
bet.
quilts and textiles.
That's great. And going to a trade show is a great way to meet a lot of people. And you're going to be at H&H Americas, which is
I am.
honestly hard to believe, but it's in just a few weeks. It's May 7th through 9th in Chicago. And you're going to be offering a really great service for business owners specifically who will be at the show. So tell us more about that.
Yeah, well, one of the things, this is, I think, maybe the third year I've done it at H&H. I offer headshot sessions. So my background really is in photographing people, and I do still retain a certain amount of corporate clients. And one of the things I'm known for in that sector is doing very personable business headshots, which don't necessarily have to be like just your head, like almost like a corporate ID card. And I like to offer these to people who have creative businesses because it's sort of like, you know, that's your first introduction. You're not in person to most of your clients. They're looking you up online and needing to see a face that they feel is approachable and professional and personable and maybe telegraphs just a teeny weeny bit what the business is about. So I set up and this was Abby's brainstorm, very excellent brainstorm from a few years ago. I set up in a place in the, it's off the lobby of the convention center, so you're not sitting on display at a booth having your picture taken. And I set up a bunch of backdrops, and people sign up in advance, and we do headshot sessions. Um, I actually have some I can show here while we're talking, if that's better than seeing my
Sure.
face talking.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let me see how this works. I have to flip my, oh, I can do this. Okay, woo! I'm gonna flip my phone around. We'll see how this works.
Okay, sounds
Yeah,
great.
there we go. So these are, you know, some of the kinds of pictures. So I really encourage people to you know, just sort of be themselves and be personable, and also to wear, like, that one's a little bit more traditional, but you know, maybe a little more friendly than you might see in a corporate headshot. And some to really like just exude a little bit of their personalities so people feel really welcome when they see them. And I like to say that, you know, it's important for people to view this as a business asset, much the same way you'd view getting a good logo, a really good website, developing branding. Like, it's just another business asset that you really need. And I encourage people, this is Paige Soto from Mabel Style. Um, this was a woman who has a business called Scout and Skein. So I have a bunch of backdrops set up, and you can choose which ones. A lot of people choose one, more than one. She had a concept that she wanted to have it be like it was raining skeins. So we did a lot of throwing around, but it worked out really well. She said she's gotten a lot of use out of this. This is Carolina Moore. She brought her bedazzled sewing machine, which I think was like the most fabulous prop. A fabric painting business, I believe. And then, this was like nice where it was I apologize. I'm not sure if she was a designer or a yarn shop owner. So, we did holding the design and as a prop. Edie Ekman, who's a crochet designer. So this is a good example. I have this blackout background, which is very, very popular because it's extremely striking and it makes colors really pop. But she's kind of a very sunny person, so we also shot her. She chose this background as well. So you get 2 final images that you choose on the spot off a monitor. And then I take them home and retouch them and email them to you about 10 days later. So you can talk. I'm sorry, I don't
Yeah,
mean to.
that's Lisa. Yeah, I recognize lots of these people.
Right. She wanted to show off the fabric. And I encourage people to bring their own fabric and props. So at Quilt Market, when we did this, a lot of quilt designers and fabric designers and surface designers brought actual yard goods, and we hung that up. So I'll have clamps and we can do that again. And I wanted to show, like, sometimes it's more than one person if your business is 3 people together or 2 people together. As I know, aren't they adorable? Also work. So it's, I can pretty much accommodate whatever is. I think that's the end of the pictures that I had.
That's
Oopsie,
fabulous. Yeah, thank
prepared.
you for
There we
showing
go.
this to us.
Sure.
So, I mean, and I agree with you that it is an asset. So, like having your logo, your font, your brand colors, having a headshot is an asset because I hire lots of people to teach all throughout the year and to be on our podcast, to write articles for us. I'll do all kinds of different things. And when I hire those people, I always ask them for a headshot because I need to promote whatever it is that, they're doing. If they're writing an article, they're teaching a webinar, they're going to be a guest on our podcast. One of the first things I ask for is a headshot. So you just want to have that file on your computer with headshots that you are proud of and happy to share that you can just quickly send over. And it's nice to have 2 styles because maybe one's a little bit like with you were showing with Edie, a little bit more formal or more dramatic, and then maybe one's a little bit more playful or a little bit sillier. And so different contexts require different types of headshots. But it's really great to have. And when you're self-employed, there's not going to be a boss saying, everyone, all employees report to the lobby. We're getting all of our headshots taken for the website today or something like that. You really have to make the time to do this. And I also wanted to emphasize the price. So I had a whole bunch of headshots taken for myself back in 2019 here locally, and it was double the price of what is being offered at H&H. So you are getting a really good deal, especially because you have those photos that you can then use for years. I mean, I've been using my 2019 headshots since 2019, which is 6 years. So, you buy it, you'll use it for a long, long
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, usually there's a pretty good shelf life on a good professional headshot. And I think that the tells that your headshot is not up to date is if your hair has changed color, has changed length. And for those of us who wear glasses, out of date glasses really make a picture look dated. So, I think a good strong headshot probably has 5 or 6 years off of it, and then you kind of have to admit you don't quite look the same as you did. And then the other thing that I think is important to think, and this is specifically aimed at people who have creative businesses, and no matter what we're doing, there's a big visual component. If your headshot's not strong, it's showing a lack of attention to an important visual detail. And right off the bat, I feel like you're sort of doing yourself a disservice. And I know that when I go to websites and consider buying or doing business with people, I check out what they look like. And
Sure.
if they look approachable, friendly, professional, and their picture looks like they cared about it, then I am more likely to do business with them than somebody who's clearly using like an out of date, like, I don't know, grab shot from a party, or maybe something that looks like it was done for a directory when they worked somewhere else. So I think that's another, one of my reasons that I encourage people. Plus, I make it really easy on you. I'm not judgy. I'm very easy to work with,
Yeah,
and
and I
I'm
love
open
that
to
you said
anything.
that. I love that you said that you're not going to be like on the show floor in someone's booth being photographed, because I'm kind of shy about that kind of thing, and I don't necessarily want everybody seeing me being photographed. So the nice thing about this is you are in a more discreet area. Nobody's going to be walking by and like watching your photo shoot if that's not something you're into. So just rest assured, there's privacy. And I, as you were saying that about attention to detail and attention to visuals, I have actually hired people or had them on my podcast, and the headshot they sent me, I'm not kidding you, was a still from a YouTube video.
Oh,
Like they don't have anything else. And so they just took that, and it's like not great, quality. You can't make it larger, it gets blurry, etc. So, invest in yourself and get something professional done. The other thing I was going to say is I'm actually having both of my staff members who are going to be at H&H this year have their headshots done. So that's another option. It's really nice if you can, pay for your staff to get theirs done too. Obviously, you can use it on your own website because they're, staff who work with you. But then they can also have that to use for themselves on their LinkedIn if they want to update their LinkedIn or other places.
right. No, that's a really nice kind of bonus to offer to someone. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's great. And there's so many places to use it. So I also use my headshots in our newsletter. I write a little like letter part of our newsletter at the bottom, and my headshots there. You can use it as your Instagram avatar. You can use it on LinkedIn. You can use it on your Facebook page. It can be your Facebook avatar. There's so many places that it goes. So if you think about it, especially it's nice to have two, so things look a little bit
Yep.
different, and you can have maybe your Instagram one be a little bit more fun and your LinkedIn one be a little bit more serious, but it's really an incredibly useful asset.
Right. Right. And they are, the files that I send are really big high-res files. So they look fantastic printed. And I know most of us do a lot less printing of, primarily I think most people use things online for social media and their websites, and for when they participate in other business events or festivals or, what have you. But they are big files that print well. So occasionally one does need to be, if you might be presenting somewhere and there's a poster being made, or
Right.
if you want to send out promo cards yourself and drop in a little picture on it at some point, you've got something that'll print really well, which a really small low res image, especially a grab frame from a YouTube video, will never work that way.
100%. And the other thing too is I always feel like, we know that coming to a trade show like H&H is a sacrifice. It costs money to travel and hotel. You're going to be away from family. You're going to be away from your business or your shop for a period of time. So if you're going to make the journey and invest to do it, I feel like you should absolutely get the most out of the experience. So take all the classes that you want to, go to all the different events and dinners and things that you want to, talk to everybody you meant to talk to, and have this headshot done while you're there so that you come home and say, okay, I did spend those days away, but boy, I made the most of my trip.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good maximizing of time. I agree. And I know, like right now, I think people are a little nervous about where to spend their money or where to invest their money in their businesses, because we're all a little nervous about what's going to happen with the economy. But it's also the time that you have to sort of keep up your kind of level of looking professional, because you don't want people to think that you might be kind of backing away from being in business or not coming through for things. So,
That's a good point.
you know, and I appreciate that people, you know, for some people that it is, you know, kind of deciding where to invest. And so we really try to maximize it with doing headshots that'll have, you know, be super, super useful for a long time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, so
So,
go ahead.
Abby, I don't know. So what we did is we opened up the headshot. It's all by advanced sign up. I mean, technically, if you found me and hunted me down there, I might be able to squeeze you in, but
We
don't do
appreciate
that,
it.
because the last couple of years we sold out. I'll
Yeah.
only be doing headshots on, I'll be doing headshots on all day Wednesday and all day Friday. I will actually be in town starting mid-morning on Wednesday, so I guess technically if someone absolutely could not do any other time, I might be able to help you out, but let's aim for just Thursday and Friday.
Yeah, it's all
Advanced
day
signups, and
Thursday and all day Friday. That's May 8th and May 9th.
May 8th and
Yeah.
9th in Rosemont at the convention center. And it's advanced sign up, and I know that it's through the Craft Industry Alliance website, and they have a portal set up. And is it open to all now, or?
So we had it just open to members over the last week and a half or so at a slightly discounted rate, so that members who wanted first dibs got to pick their first dibs and get that locked in. And then today we will be sending out an email to our whole email
Oh,
list.
good.
So that includes members, but also includes everybody else who's just signed up for our email list. And that is a lot of people right now. We just hit our 30,000 subscriber mark, which was exciting over here. So,
Yeah.
so that email will go out probably in the next hour
Oh,
um,
beautiful.
to everybody, and it'll have a direct link. You can come on, book it, make sure you lock in your time, a time that works for you and for your schedule, and then you're going to be all set.
Right. And you send out, well, I wrote it, but you send it out. A little, like, when we confirm that you have the slot, like a little bit of information
Yeah.
about what you could bring or what you can do to look your best. Like, it's nothing really huge, but, you know, just like you put in a little bit of extra makeup, maybe just a little bit of mascara and lipstick if you're not a big makeup person. I'm not a big makeup person, so I don't push that on people. And, you know, just a little bit of support for how to be prepared for it. So
Yeah, like
don't be nervous.
what kinds of colors or patterns might be best on top. If you want to bring any sort of props, like what would work best as a prop, but like you don't have to bring a prop and that sort of thing. You might want to bring a hairbrush if you want to brush your hair prior to the photo shoot and that sort of thing.
Yep.
So
Good.
it's pretty low pressure. Come get it done. So if you are subscribed to the Craft Industry Alliance newsletter, you will get that email within the next hour or so. Click the link, book your headshot with Gale, and you'll be good to go. Thank you
Yes.
so much, Gail. We're really happy to be working with you again.
Oh, I'm
And
thrilled to be doing this. It's actually
yeah,
so much fun.
yeah, it's great. And just helping everybody who's at the show to have that extra level of professionalism is just something that really aligns with our mission. So it's a great partnership.
Great. It was good talking to you, Abby. I'll see you in Chicago.
All right. See you in a few weeks. Bye, everybody. Thanks for joining us today.
Okay.
See you all in a few
Bye-bye.
weeks.
See you there.
Bye.